It should have gone dark after the power cut, but it didn't, and what it kept recording wasn't supposed to be there. The footage begins on a bridge that barely anyone used anymore, County Route 12, spanning a shallow, brown stretch of river somewhere in rural Nebraska. It's the kind of place you pass without noticing, where the wind makes more noise than the traffic ever did. The surveillance camera that watched over it wasn't even meant for security. Installed in 2004 by the Department of Transportation, it was supposed to monitor seasonal flooding. The thing was ancient, a fixed, low-resolution IP camera mounted on a leaning pole, its feed wired through a tiny junction box hidden under the bridge's guardrail. But somehow, it was still online. And one October morning in 2021, a junior IT technician named Alex Moran noticed it was still sending data packets, even though it shouldn't have been. The bridge had lost power 7 days earlier, confirmed by field logs, storm damage, and the fact that every other camera in the district had gone offline. Every other camera, except one. When Alex opened the feed, he expected static. Instead, he saw movement. The footage was dull at first, a single fixed shot. The bridge at dawn, gray fog thick over the river, water moving slow beneath. Then a car, or what looked like one, appeared at the far edge of the frame. Except, there was no record of any car passing through that week. The traffic sensor had been dead since the storm. Alex leaned in. The object shimmered slightly, flickering through the fog. It seemed to pause in the middle of the bridge before vanishing as if swallowed by static. He replayed it, then again, frame by frame. Each time the distortion grew sharper, not blurrier, a digital paradox. He logged the anomaly and sent it up the chain. By mid-afternoon, his supervisor had notified the Lancaster County Sheriff's Office. By that evening, Deputy Maria Dorsett was watching the same footage with her jaw tight and her coffee gone cold. "It's not the car that bothers me," she told her partner. "It's what comes after." Because 10 minutes after the shimmer vanished, the bridge lights flickered back on, even though the power grid there hadn't been reconnected. They dispatched a maintenance crew the next morning. The bridge was still intact, though badly weathered. Mud streaked the pavement as if something heavy had been dragged across. In the east lane, they found fresh tire marks, but no signs of entry or exit on either end of the road. The tracks just stopped. Underneath the bridge, the crew found the old junction box. It was humming. Inside, a circuit board glowed faintly blue. There were no batteries, no connection to a live power line, but the board pulsed steadily, like a heartbeat. When they disconnected it, the hum stopped, and so did the feed. But when the footage was reviewed that night, it showed something new. At 2:14 a.m., after the maintenance team had left, the bridge camera had come back online again, on its own. This time, the frame was almost entirely dark, except for a pale figure standing where the tire tracks had been. It didn't move. It didn't have a face, just an outline. And when the wind passed over the microphone, the figure tilted its head, as if listening. When news of the footage leaked, locals weren't surprised. That stretch of Route 12 had always been cursed, or so people said. In 1998, a man named Dale Forster went missing driving home from the state fair. His truck was found abandoned on the bridge, engine running, driver's door open, headlights still on. The only prints on the bridge were his. The case went nowhere. The family moved away, but older residents still referred to it as the bridge that ate a man. Now, more than 2 decades later, the camera that watched over it was showing something that looked disturbingly human. Deputy Dorsett pulled the old case files. Forster had been 42, worked as a carpenter, no known enemies, no debts. The night he vanished, there had been heavy rain and minor flooding, the same kind of weather that would have triggered the original installation of that monitoring camera. She compared the recent footage to the old forensic photos. In the frame where the figure stood, its stance mirrored Forster's. The same posture, same distance from the guardrail. Coincidence, maybe. But when she enhanced the image, the outline of a ring, metallic, circular, glinted faintly on its left hand. Forster's wedding band had never been recovered. 2 days later, the DOT server crashed. Only one file remained intact, a 7-hour timestamp loop labeled cam12's lock.back. The IT team isolated it, afraid it was corrupted malware. But when they played it back, the footage ran perfectly, Except this time there was sound. Through static and wind, something rhythmic emerged. 3 slow thuds, like distant footsteps on metal. Then a faint voice. Help. Then distortion again. Then, unmistakably, the sound of a car door opening. Alex, the technician who discovered the feed, refused to analyze it further. I know what feedback sounds like. That wasn't feedback, he told investigators. That was someone trying to get back in. On November 9th, 2021, the feed went live again without human input. This time, DO technicians were recording from multiple systems simultaneously. Redundancy for forensic trace. At 12:04 a.m., a vehicle entered frame, a late-model sedan, silver, headlights on, no license plate visible. It stopped mid-bridge, the engine idled, a door opened, and a man stepped out. He walked toward the camera, stopping just beneath the light pole. He raised his hand as if waving before looking directly into the lens. Then the feed cut out. When officers reached the site 20 minutes later, they found the same car, keys in ignition, driver's door open, headlights off. The vehicle was registered to Alex Moran. He hasn't been seen since. The county immediately ordered the removal of all bridge-mounted cameras in the district. But the feed continued transmitting for another 31 hours after its physical removal. Each frame after that was pure static, except for one. A brief 3-second flash showing the bridge under clear daylight, no cars, no fog, and a shadow moving across the guardrail with no visible source. Forensic analysts couldn't replicate it. The raw data suggested the footage was recorded that same day, despite the camera no longer existing. Today, Route 12 remains closed indefinitely. Locals have learned to avoid it altogether. Some say they still hear the bridge lights hum at night, even without power. Every few months, someone claims to find a file reappearing on old DOT servers, same label, cam12log.back, even after the network purge. Each file has the same length, the same timestamp. Each ends the same way, with the sound of a car door closing and 3 faint thuds. A retired deputy summed it up best. There's no reason a bridge should be able to remember, but maybe that one does.